All right, hey everybody, welcome to day 4 of the 8-day chakra clearing challenge. Um, Day 4 is exciting because day 4 is a chakra that literally I'm pretty sure no one else will tell you about, which is a chakra that is between your solar and your heart. Again, like the other ones in the middle, it has a front cone and a back cone. Front cone is about giving, back cone is about receiving. And this chakra is called the New World Chakra. The New World Chakra. And the color of the New World Chakra is like a greenish blue. And if you think of like the colors of the planet, that's the colors, the vibe and the color of the New World Chakra. And basically, what the New World Chakra is in most people is a latent chakra that isn't actually there yet. It's like inside of them waiting to be activated. When I work on people and I clear that chakra out, it sort of like comes alive like that. And there can be a lot of fear, to be honest, around the New World or in the New World Chakra, because I almost said New York chakra. You probably need an extra chakra to live in New York. But anyway, that's where I live, by the way. But, well, so, okay, like New York is roasting me by making my thing fall. Anyway, okay, so the New World Chakra is basically the real you. And I believe that this is not a chakra that has been activated in a lot of people's souls because the time hasn't been right. You know, if you've had past lives, you're the same spirit who has been in those past lives. So why wasn't your New World Chakra activated then? Well, because we're in the New World era right now. If you didn't know, we're in an era right now that is basically return to paradise. You know, I call it the new world. Those are just the words that I like, that I use. And it's basically like living your truth, living the truth, like illusions finally falling away. And I feel like in the old world, what that feels like, it was so much about survival. And so if you lived many lives in the old world energy, like there are a lot of lessons that you can learn, but you're being reborn, basically. It's like resurrecting. It's like going to heaven and still being on earth. It's like finding out who you really are while you're alive and actually doing it. And I feel like in the old world, what would happen is, even go back one generation to our parents, not all of our parents even lived their own dreams. You know, it was normal to not actually. And then you got our generation. My generation is the millennials. And that's kind of the beginning of like something. I mean, every generation brings something different, but there's something like even more different about how millennials have been, like, they call it like breaking generational curses and doing it not just for you, but your whole lineage, and obviously for the lineage that will come after you. And it's like being in this time where like we're just not gonna do it that way. Like we're not gonna not live our dreams. And a lot of generations before us just weren't able to for so many reasons. My ancestors are Irish. It's like, if there's a potato famine, how are you gonna live? Like, you know, like there were a lot of survival distractions, you could say. How are you going to live your dreams when you literally have to have food, and that just becomes your life? And then you pass down to your children that, well, you have to have a job so you can have food so you can survive. And then like we're at the point where it's like, okay, we're surviving now, and what are we actually going to do here? Like, why are we here again? So our generation and the generations after us are more like that. We're more like caring about what we really want out of life. And that can be confusing to other generations, but I think everybody on earth right now is feeling this change, and we're inspiring our parents, we're inspiring people older than us to do the same thing. Everybody can do this. And basically when you get your New World Chakra cleared, It's like, who are you? And who do you want to be? Like, what's the mission you came with? Like, what is the actual mission that you came with? And the way I like to help people figure out their purpose, it's really easy, actually. You just have to ask yourself, what makes me feel the most high energy? Like, what's the job? What's the location? What, like, that makes me feel the most high energy inside? Like, the most. And you're actually going to figure out, like, there is something pretty specific, you know? For me, it's like a specific job in New York. That's why I moved to New York. It's New York itself. Nothing makes me feel like that. It's like you can feel it and you will know it. May take you a few years to really believe it, but you'll start to like notice like there's some things in life that make me feel something that nothing else does, and it might seem very specific. That's good. That's your specific thing, and it's different for everybody. So whatever that is for you, you won't be able to change that. It's going to stay that, and it's like either you go for it or you don't. And of course you should go for it, but the going for it, that is made easier by your new world chakra being activated, being cleared. It's activated by being cleared, by the way. I always clear negative energy, which is fear, like out of the way so that it can come alive. And when it comes alive, it's like you have that sense of identity, that sense of self. This is a chakra between your solar and your heart, your identity chakra and your heart love chakra. It's about your identity being the love that you are, the actual identity of who you are. That's what this is about, and not hiding that from the world, but bringing it into the world. That takes a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot of fearlessness, and there can be a lot of fear energy, dark energy blocking this chakra. So my advice to you, if you're not getting your energy cleared, this is the work I do. If you want a session, my email's in the description. But my advice to activate this chakra, to help it along, is to do exactly that, what I told you. Not only to think about it, write it down and be honest with yourself. You can't trick energy. You can't trick this chakra. But when you start to choose, like, this is not only what I want. I mean, knowing what you want is the first step. So like, write it down. Think about specific things, like the way your life would be right now as the age you are, the person you are, its ideal version. And then what you can do is bring in elements of that. What would you wear? Where would you shop? What time would you go to bed? What time would you get up? Like, who are you really? And I even like to call it like throwing yourself into that reality. Like, you can just like go as far as you can to get there right now, today. Like, how far could you go today? You could email people, you could ask questions, you could go there. If you can't move there, you could visit there. You try to like just put yourself in that reality, again, in big ways and small ways. Maybe in your ideal life you would, I don't know, I mean, I'm doing this all the time. I'll show you a small example. Like, I'm a comedian here in New York, and I heard that Jerry Seinfeld always would write his comedy on yellow legal pads. And so I was like, well, that's like in my ideal life, I'll have a like yellow legal pads. So I bought yellow legal pads, and I bought new pens. And it's like, okay, well, now my real life is right here in my hands. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so even small details like that can really matter. And as long as it's the real you, the real, like the things that make you feel the highest energy, if you're doing things to bring that reality into your life today, even in small ways, that's going to help your New World Chakra. So I hope that helps. I hope that explains something that is a really big discussion. But yeah, it's a beautiful chakra. And obviously, along with the advice from the other days, if you have planetary colors, blue, green around you, if you eat those colors, wear those colors, that can also enhance your New World Chakra. So it's a very important chakra. Don't like count it out because nobody else has told you about it. It's very real. I activate it in my clients. I work on it. I clear the negative energy out. I help people like see who they really are and be that. I've helped people actually move cities. It's not uncommon. I moved from Canada to New York. I had a client move from California to Arizona. I had a client move from one place in California to Santa Barbara. Yeah, it's like people, it's like you know where you want to be, and it's your job to be that person. It's your number one job. It's your only job. Your mission isn't going to change. And yeah, if you need advice, you can reach out to me. And yeah, it's also really rewarding for your soul to live this way. And this also connects, I'll just say, if you haven't read The Alchemist, it's a really good book by Paulo Coehlo. And The Alchemist talks about this idea of having a purpose and actually going for it, and how when you do, the whole universe conspires to help you, and that's very true. So it's never going to be you out there on your own trying to make something that might seem like a crazy dream happen. It's literally what you were born to do. It's literally what you will get all the support to do. So yeah, even my advice though to support this chakra is you can do it in big ways. You can also do it in small ways, small details of who you would be in that life. See how many of them you could bring in today. And you're going to find like there are actually a lot of things that you would do as that person that you could do right now. So best of luck. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for day 5.